Today, my friends, what we are doing is we are talking about online marketing, social media, and alike activities. So just to give you a brief, let's start with what is the meaning of mass media. When we talk about mass media, it is a traditional form of media in which an instrument is used to reach out to people for news or advertisement or movie or alike activities including music. For example, traditional media includes radio, television, this antenna. What happens there? People at the back end generate news, generate movies, generate information, and they share it with you. And you are the consumer. So there is a relationship between newsmakers or mass media makers and the consumers. What happens? So mass media people, they create content for you and you consume it. On the other hand, when we talk of social media is a platform where the people who is providing platform to you, they are not creating any news for you. They are just giving you users experience, and they are telling you, or rather they have created a system by which we create content for them, and that means we are content makers ourselves, and at the same time we are consumers as well. So there is the this is the fundamental difference between mass media, I will say traditional mass media, and social media. And this is what is also called Web 2 technologies. Means a platform is created whereby you don't only go for information, but there is a kind of two-way communication. You interact with machine, you interact with system, you interact with people. So in mass media, we had machine and information and consumers. And in social media, we too have machines, but we are ourselves content makers. Means we are content makers as well as consumers both. So this is the basic difference between mass media and social media. So keeping that into consideration now, because of Web 2 technologies that you are fully aware, in last 10-15 years, it has done tremendous work. It has created a massive disruption in the market. And that is why earlier the marketing that we used to do through television, advertisements, or hoardings, etc., are now taking place through online. Therefore, the online marketing has become very important instrument for everybody. And in online marketing, we include like, internet marketing, we include email marketing, we include podcasting, blogging, etc. And in that, social media comes into picture. Social media is very important factor in that. And what is social media then? Social media it is not only Facebook or Google Plus or like few platforms that we know of. Social media also consists of a small blogging points. There are many small platforms. For example, Modlingua is one of them, whereby you are interacting with people, you are making contents, you are kind of sharing with people. I'm just giving you one small example as Modlingua as one of the social media thing for you. But similar kind of Modlingua exists in millions now, apart from Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, etc., etc. So keeping that into consideration, let's move to understand. We have already discussed what is online marketing. Online marketing is marketing of products or services over the internet, and it ties together creative and technical aspects of the internet, including design, development, and advertising. And it is now being used by companies for selling their products, interacting with people, interacting with consumers. If you go through the importance of social media, you will understand how it is important. The reason is the internet users have increased in last years tremendously. In USA, you can see 74.7% of the population speaks, interacts with internet. In Brazil 34.3%, China 22.4%, India is still 7.1% internet penetration I'm talking about. But just imagine, in recent few months, perhaps because of introduction of GeoSIM and variety of other competitive people coming in, the penetration of internet has increased manifold. So this graph that I have shown you is 7.1%, which is very old graph now. Perhaps it could be now 15% or 20% of the population having internet access through mobile phone, not necessarily through wire or high speed, but at least they have access to internet. That means most of them are now on Twitter, or most of them are now on Facebook or alike media. So that's importance of the internet users worldwide. When we talk of online marketing channel, I have initially explained you, it is email marketing, we have blogging, we have pay per click marketing, social media marketing, digital marketing, and viral marketing. So these are basic frames on which our internet online marketing works. So when we talk of basic frame of all internet marketing, how it happens, you will notice, what is email marketing? We start sending mails to people, and we try to reach out to people. So this is reaching. When you reach out to people, it is called pushing your information to somebody's inbox. And now even this particular email marketing, pushing your email to somebody's inbox, is being considered not very effective marketing, because it is introducing in somebody's privacy, without seeking permission. So there are now lots of mechanism by which your emails are being blocked by these platforms, including Google, Yahoo, etc., America Online. They all have developed certain system by which marketing emails are being blocked, unless or until you have opt-in IDs. If you start sending mails to people around, your things will be considered as a spam. So email marketing has become like something uh, in transition of getting kind of shaky about reaching out people. Now the most important that has come into picture is blogging. What is blogging? We blog, we write, we share information, and people comment. uh, it is like engaging with variety of people around. Now if you notice, there are lots of corporates, big companies, what they have done, they allow you to blog, and they take feedback from whatever you do. So what your blogging and feedback mechanism helps them understand the psyche of the consumers, and that's how they try to retain people. Now, apart from blogging, there is another concept called pay per click marketing. What is this PPC? It is called, in short. What is this PPC? There are lots of platforms now, including Google Ads, for example. They allow you to put your advertisement on their sites. And similarly, YouTube also does the same thing. Similarly, Facebook also does the same thing. Similarly, there are other, key players, including Yahoo also does the same thing. What they do, they ask you to create an ad, and that ad is disseminated around all the Facebook targeted people, around Google targeted people, around Yahoo targeted people, or around YouTube targeted people. You might be noticing suddenly, if you have searched, let's say you wanted to go to, let's say, Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, you search on Google once. The moment you have searched on Google once for Malaysia, air ticket, if you visit Facebook, you start getting ad for Facebook for Malaysia air tickets. How this happens? This happens because there are cookies that are enabled at your computers or websites. They track your movement, and the moment you switch over from one platform to another, they know what you're doing. So they keep on searching you, and they keep on putting their ads in front of you, so that you click them. At the moment you click, the person who has put an ad is charged. And many times one click can cost 100 rupees, one click can cost 10 rupees, at times it can cost even 500 rupees. It depends on the number, the importance of the word on which people are following you, or Google is bringing your ad, in front of you. So this is what is called pay per click marketing. And if you will be surprised to note that earlier people used to spend, big corporates or brands used to spend at least 15% to 30% cost on advertisement for TV channels or newspapers, etc. But all those funds which they used to have on all those channels are now being bifurcated into pay-per-clicks. There are big number of spending by big corporates, including Amazon, including Flipkart, including eBay, all these big platforms where goods are being sold. They do spend a huge amount of money in pay-per-click ads. And even a small or even a big company does the same thing. Depending upon your pocket, we make use of this pay-per-click marketing, and it is quite costly. It is not very cheap. Or when I say cheap, means it is not never a throwaway price. However, it is little costly than TV, etc. It is quite less costly. But if you look from social angle and a spending side, comparatively it is cheaper than television or traditional spending on advertising. So in social media also, if you wanted to kind of apart from pay per click, there is another comes that is called social media marketing. In what you do in social media marketing, you try and bring as much followers as possible for a product or for a brand or for a name or for a page. For example, Modlingua's corporate profile page, currently it has around 1400 followers. So the more number of followers Modlingua has, the better it will penetrate into the psyche of the thought process of the people. Similarly, Ravi Kumar's brand, the more number of followers I have, the more penetration I will have. Or the more click a person makes on my information which I share, the more better it is, because I am reaching out to big number of people. So this is what is called social media marketing. Even in social media marketing, you are paid for, apart from simply blogging, you also pay to Facebook for giving your advertisement, for increasing popularity. For example, many times I do it for, let's say, if I create a blog and I feel this blog is very important, it can bring more people if it is disseminated. Instead of just sharing, I also spend $10 on that. If I spend $10, that could mean I will be reaching out to approximately 5,000 people. So if out of 5,000 people, let's say 1,000 of them, read and like it, they become a kind of, passive follower for me for future. So that's how, we try and engage in social media with people around. What is digital marketing now? So digital marketing, is equally important apart from social media. Digital marketing, it means, video channels, the way we have done it on YouTube, internet radio, mobile phone. Now WhatsApp has come into a big way. Similarly, display of banners, ad, etc. They also form part of digital media. Earlier, the advertisement that we used to put on, hoardings on airport or crowded places, etc. Now we try to put these ads on all those crowded or highly traffic attracted, visits points on internet. We put ad there. For example, if I know that, let's say a newspaper's blog is very important and lots of people go there, I approach that newspaper or a person who is having lots of followers to please put my ad on your blog or your page. These people will charge me and put my ad. So that will increase my visibility. That will increase my internet presence. So this is what is called social media. I mean, this is what is called digital marketing. And what is viral marketing? Viral marketing, when we talk of, it is something like, it is a technique on using all these media that we have talked about to create an impact in such a way that once you share it, it is being shared by not one person or a 2 person or 3 person, but thousands of people share that. For example, if you recall, there was a song Kolavaridi or Gangam Style. Have you listened to those songs? They were all viral kind of songs. Once they created it, it was created. It got viral into like millions of hits on Facebook, millions of hits on WhatsApp and whatnot. So this kind of activity, when people start doing and it goes beyond numbers, then it becomes viral. So viral marketing is very important, especially if you're looking at a large scale branding and presence of your activities. So now for achieving all this online marketing strategy, we have this called AIDA model. What is AIDA model? A is awareness, I is interest, D is desire, and A is action. So how are all this AIDA activity comes into picture? If we don't put these 4 aspects into our marketing strategy, online marketing strategy, our strategy will never be complete. How? Let's say we create a blog and we create awareness. That's fine. We share it, awareness comes. But if there is a lack of all these 3 aspects, we say there is no interest, there is no desire, there is no action, then your online marketing plan is not complete. Similarly, if we create awareness and we are able to create interest also in our product or our information, but there is no desire. If there is no desire, there is no action. So similarly, if we are able to create awareness, interest and desire, and if there is no action, all our efforts are useless. So what we do, we created a strategy whereby which we have to create an awareness, we have to create interest, and out of that interest we have to make people desirous of what we are doing. And the moment they start desiring, they click, and after they click, it must get converted as well. So it becomes a complete science of doing all these activities. You might be aware there are big companies who have a division of 10, 20, 30 people only for creating awareness. Then they have a division for creating interest. Then they have a division for creating desire. And then they have a division for creating action. So when all these 4 things sync, let's say of 50, 25, 25, 25, 25 people, they all combine and make things you know complete, and then only a strategic plan of online marketing can be called effective plan. If any of these 4 is lacking, it is not considered as effective online marketing plan.